What's up, guys? I'm Radio, back again with another action figure review, and today we are going to be reviewing Marvel's Legends Captain America Civil War Iron Man Mark 46 action figure. So go ahead and like the video because you like Iron Man. Go ahead and like the video because you like Captain America Civil War. Go ahead and like the video because you like action figures, and go ahead and like the video because you like me. Getting into the review, packaging is one of the most important parts of a review, and if you don't think it is, I'll tell you why. Because there's different kind of people in this world. There's people that collect action figures regularly. There's people that sometimes buy action figures, and there's some people that are like on the fence. I'm like, oh, should I really get that? I mean, like, do I need to spend the $20 for this figure? I like Iron Man. I like this way this figure looks so far, but I'm not sure if I really want it. Now, I don't work at Hasbro, but what I would tell someone at Hasbro to do was to display this somewhere in the front, either with the figure itself or on the side. Why I say that is because a common person isn't just gonna go pick this up at the shelf and go, wow, this is really cool, and turn it around and be like, oh, that's awesome. I can actually dispose this figure like this. I know it's a weird claim to say, but that's kind of important. Like, don't you want to pose this figure in an awesome way, in like a display of whatever you're displaying it in an awesome pose? I think that's important. And also, it should be important to put it on the box, especially in the front. Like I said, for a regular action figure collector, I think it's already implied on like how I'm gonna pose it, or you kind of have an idea already. I would say we frequently look at the box and go, okay, all right, oh, cool, okay, that's awesome. But for a common person, I think I don't even think they're even gonna pick it up. First off, I think they're gonna look at it and be like, oh, $20. Okay, I'm gonna walk away. I know I'm going on a little bit of rant on packaging, but I think that's really important, and that's why I'm telling you, like I said, it is super important for a figure. Because do you want to display this like this? Or do you want to display it like with a pose like that in the packaging itself? I think you want it like this. So I think that's a miss by Hasbro, unfortunately. And as you can see, we'll do a scroll up of the side, and then we'll do it for the back, and then we'll do it for the front, and then scroll down, and then we'll show the top. Actually, I really like this little touch that they have. Also, we will continue to build our Giant Man. This is our second figure that we're reviewing, which is the second figure in the series. I do have Captain America, which will be the next review. What I like about the packaging is this little touch right here. I like the brief descriptions I'm going to read right now. Iron Man takes off into battle with indestructible armor and first-in-class combat technology. So yes, I know I'm going in a little of a rant, but I think packaging is really important for everyone that is going to buy the figure. Whether you are a common buyer or first-time buyer or on the fence buyer or never bought an action figure in your life, and this is the one like that speaks to you. But like I said, I think it'd be smart to have this in the front somewhere, or as the figure posed like that. I don't know how Hasbro can do that, but I think that should be noted. So let's open this guy up and continue the review. Let's get into the action figure review even more. So I don't know what I'm saying, but yes, this is Iron Man. I will let the camera focus. Block my face out. There we go. Woo! There is Iron Man. There is Tony Stark himself. So as you can see, the figure right here, it's a pretty gnarly figure. What I like about these figures is the posability. So there's lots of points of articulation, especially with the Black Panther figure. The points of articulation was amazing, actually. I was really surprised on it. I didn't expect it to be that posable. And I'm expecting the same out of this figure. I see a little bit of less points of articulation, but I think because he's Iron Man, he's a little more, not clunkier, but technically he should be a little bit clunkier. As you can see, these are the hands that it comes with on the side. You know, basic, I think it gives you options, which adds value to the figure. I'm not too sure what these are called. There's probably a term for it. They're probably like something like pulse or blast system. Tony Stark named them. And lastly, it comes with the Giant Man arm which is pretty awesome so far. This is the second piece to our puzzle. The paint job itself, I'm kind of satisfied. I will deal with the little, as you can see, like right here in the arm part, it's not like fully painted, which is not that, I don't think it should be that big of a deal unless you're posing it to have an open arm like this, and you can kind of notice it. So if you do display it, you know, you might have that issue. Also, I mean, if there's multiple Iron Mans there at the store, I would definitely recommend looking at them first and kind of deciding, you know, this one looks a little bit better, because sometimes, you know, one figure does look a little better than the other. Paint job wise, it's okay, which is all right. Sometimes you get action figures in a line where they are just garbage, and I'm like, why am I paying this amount of money for this when you shouldn't be? Because, you know, it's an action figure. It shouldn't. They've been doing it for so long, they should get it right. I'm just saying that. You know, there's a lot of different like details you'll see on the back right here, like the different way the armor is like laid out on him. I'm kind of a little bummed. I wish this was a little brighter. I might have to paint it myself. The abdominal area looks pretty neat. I don't know what you would call like what I'm trying to point out, like where the jaw point is, like those extra layers of mechanical whatever it is of armor, I'm guessing, that's in the background of like the red and like the gold. I do like those little details, but like there's the back, as you can see, really nice details. Now the points of articulation here, let's start with the head. Head can move pretty nicely, so that adds to your posability there. There's your shoulder joint, which is pretty nice. It looks like it has a bicep joint right there, and then you have the extra shoulder joint right there, which is nice. You have your elbow joints, your double elbow joints actually, so definitely adds a lot more posability to it. You have your simple wrist joint, which is like, you know, you can turn it around right there, and then you can go back and forth with it, which is real nice. Your abdominals, you know, going, you know, able to twist them around. So that's real nice to add. And sometimes for getting these, sometimes they don't get it right with these figures, because like obviously he has a lot of armor there. There we go. Obviously he has a lot of armor right here, and like it's sometimes they don't get it right, but it seems like they got the articulation right with him to where, you know, you can do some like weird poses. The hips right there rotate real nice. Sometimes you do have to loosen up the joints, because they've been in hibernation for such a long time since they've left the manufacturer. I'm not seeing. Okay, so yeah, you could say, like I said, you definitely need to move the joints around, because it does have that like extra hip joint to where like you could turn it like that. So definitely be careful too. There's some joints out there that are just not as nice as they want to be. But here's the double knee joint, which is real nice. I really like these figures because they have the double like elbow and double knee joint. They actually have like a double joint like almost everywhere on the figure. And then there is the ankle joint, and then you can also turn it like that as well. Look, oh my god, I broke my ankle, bro. I try to get it into like the coolest pose I can get it into, which is like, you know, something like that would be closest. I think you can also put these little pulse things on the bottom of his feet, which would be kind of cool too. I think actually that might look better. The only problem would be is that like how you're gonna hang them up. So I mean, you can have them pointing out like that, how he's gonna like shoot, and you know, leaving one arm back and having that look like that. That actually looks pretty gnarly. I don't know how you would be able to, you know, maybe wrap something around him to display him. You know, you have a lot to play with, so you don't even have to play with these little pulse things all the time. They're real easy to snap in and snap out. Like the hands are real easy to pop off. You just gotta always be careful when you're popping these things off, because they're really important to the joints. So always be careful, because I mean, like they do that. They have that. That's how fragile their movements should be. I think you can do things like where he's like holding himself, because the aliens scared him when he went to space, and he's like, oh god, I'm so emotional, no. And then you can have him like do his like Tony Stark clap, where he's like being sarcastic, He's like, good job, Captain America. You messed up. And then like you can have him in like the Macho Randy Savage. Like, oh yeah. But yeah, posability. I think you should be. I'm not that creative with my poses, but you should be able to do some crazy stuff with this guy. He's like floating there, like. Oh, he kind of looks like the guy from the Oscars actually. When I think about it, yeah. You know, you can do stuff like this, which is kind of weird, but I mean, if you're real good at like hanging figures, I think this pose is pretty gnarly. Like going through a wall or something, coming in with a super punch. So there's different things you can do. It gives you good variety. All right, guys, going into my final thoughts of the figure. I think the figure is worth the $20 if you're gonna take it outside the packaging. The posability is worth that amount of money to take it out. But if you're gonna leave it in the packaging, I don't think you're getting your money's worth. I just feel like it's a little too boring. It's just like the little hand that's saying hi, and the hand is down on the bottom, like that. It's not enticing enough for me to buy the figure if I just kept it inside the box. It's up to you if you want to buy it. It's up to you if you want to pay the money for it. Like I said, this is just to show you what the figure is all about in and outside the packaging, and it's supposed to help you out to make that purchase if you're on the fence. If you already have it and you want cool ideas to pose, I don't know if this is the video for you. And yeah, so guys, that's the review. Go ahead and like the video because you like Iron Man. Go ahead and like the video because you like Iron Man action figures. Go ahead and like the video because you like me. Go ahead and like the video because you like yourself. Go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and share the video. Share it with someone that likes Marvel action figures. Go ahead and share it because someone likes Iron Man action figures, I guess. Yeah. And go ahead and subscribe because I think I might have already said that. I'm not too sure. But go ahead and do that. And lastly, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for watching. I am Radio. This has been Marvel's Legends Civil War Iron Man Mark 46 action figure review. I think I'm questioning myself now. I don't know what I just did. But yeah, we'll see you guys in the next review. And enjoy the sunset. And bye.